Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny, and in this video, I'll be talking about bass fishing for beginners and tackle, and the life lessons we learn from that tackle. Let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo, holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! And that one hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny here. Want to welcome you to the next video here. In this video, as you saw in the title, it is called Bass Fishing for Beginners, Tackles, and Life Lessons. And what I want to do in this video is share with you 5 topwater lures, but also what I want to share with you are the life lessons that we learn from fishing these lures. A lot of times as fishermen, we kind of forget that the things we do as a fisherman are transferable over to the rest of our life if we look at it in a certain way. And so what I want to do is share with you 5 lures and really what they represent and how those lures really help you become a better person in the rest of your life. So let's go ahead and start off with these life lessons. All right. And the first lure that we're going to look at is the popper here. And this one is actually the Googan's popper called the Blopper. This one is actually 2 3/4 in length. It's 3/8 ounce, and it actually sells for $7.99 at the hookup tackle. As you can see here on this particular one, they've got a feather tail in the back to create action. But as you can see, there's actually BBs inside of here to give it a good rattle. As you can see, they've created a rib chamber here, which gives a lot more friction on the water. And this particular one has that little orange bottom on it to create a lot more attractant right here. So this is actually the popper. But what does the popper do for our lives? A popper, what it does for your life is it teaches you focus. Whenever you're throwing a popper, you have to stay focused because the popper is making certain kind of movements across the water, and you have to focus in to make sure that it is doing it correctly and stay focused, or you could miss the strike. That same focus that you have for the popper is the same focus that can help you in other areas of your life. Say you have trouble concentrating. Well, think about that popper and focus. That's the key right there, is that the popper has taught you how to gain focus and to stay focused on things for a long period of time. So your ability to stay focused is benefited because you have learned to throw the popper. All right. Okay. Our next lure up is the Bumble Bug by Rebel, as you can see right here. This lure is actually 1.5 inches in length. It is 7 64 ounces, and you can buy this just about anywhere at Bass Pro Shop for $6.99. But the reason that I'm showing you this particular lure, besides the fact that it does catch fish, is that this lure teaches you patience. As a fisherman, one thing that you learn in life is to have patience. And when you fish an insect lure, because of the nature of it so light, that you have to be patient and you have to do subtle movements with it. So it teaches you how to be a little bit more softer and have a little bit more finesse when you fish. But the biggest thing in life is that what it teaches you is how to be more patient, both when you fish and in other areas of your life, because this teaches you how to slow down and just take your time and be patient. Another lure that teaches you patience is also, and I've showed this one before, is the Gimzo right here. Another tiny lure right here that really will teach you how to be patient. And the life lesson is truly that. When you fish small, tiny lures like this, you will learn to be more patient and to take your time. So that's the lesson from the smaller, tiny lures. All right. And our next lure is the Savage Gear Prop Walker right here. And this actual lure is 4 inches in length. It's 3/4 of an ounce, and normal price is about $12.99. And what this lure really teaches you in life is determination. And the reason I say that is because this is a prop. In other words, this is a propeller type of lure here. And one thing about these kind of lures is you have to cast them out and you have to reel them all the way in. Do not give up on the reel in. That not giving up is where determination comes from. It's so easy to cast out, not have a great cast, and want to reel back in real fast. This kind of lure, because of the amount of motion and noise that it makes on the water, is one that if you fish it enough, you will gain a lot of determination because you will never give up on the reel. You'll keep reeling it all the way to the bank. And what you'll discover is that there seems to always be a follower when you are reeling one of these types of prop baits, following it in. And a lot of times they will strike it just at the bank because that's what they're used to, chasing bait fish into the bank to corner them and to hit them. This kind of lure is the lesson that you'll learn from it is determination. Because if you cast it out and you reel it all the way back in and you don't give up on it, and you do this over and over again, inside of you, it will build up your determination and your ability to just not give up and to hang in there. So that's what you learn from fishing the prop walker. All right, our next lure is the Stanford Boom Boom Hollow Body Frog. This one right here is 2.5 in length, 3/4 of an ounce, and the price generally runs around $10.99 at Tackle Warehouse here. And the reason that I'm showing you this particular lure is because, one, it has that fur on the top, what they call frog fur, so that when the bass hits the top of it, they feel that fur and they want to hold on. But the lesson that a frog teaches you when it comes to fishing is resiliency. See, a lot of times when we are frog fishing, we get blow-ups and we miss. And those blow-ups and those misses can get us frustrated. But the life lesson that comes from fishing a frog is you will gain resiliency to realize that I've got to keep on going and I've got to keep on fishing. Just because I missed this time doesn't mean I'm going to miss again, and I've got to keep on throwing the frog in the lily pads, in the cover. I've got to keep throwing it. And the lesson that fishing a frog will teach you is how to be more resilient. And just think about the rest of your life. When things aren't going the way you want them to go, think about when you're frog fishing again, how you resiliently keep on throwing to get that next blow up, to get that next fish. That's what this frog teaches you for the rest of your life, is that when things aren't working out and aren't going the way that you want, think about the frog and about the resiliency you have when you're throwing the frog. That same type of I'm going to keep going till I get it helps in the rest of your life as well. So the frog is a lure that will help you gain more resiliency in your regular life as well as in your fishing life. All right, and our next lure, our fifth lure, is the Freedom Tackles Mischief Minnow. You've seen this one before, 3.5 in actual length, 7/16 ounce, and it costs about $12.99. And what this lure taught me, and you saw my last video, is about adaptability. See, when you are a fisherman and you're fishing and things aren't going right, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. When you're fishing and you see that things aren't working, you have to adapt and you have to change things up. And so in fishing, when it's not working, you got to know how to adapt and do things differently. That's what this lure teaches you also about your life, is adaptability. Is to sometimes realize that whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, if it's not going the direction you want, you have to learn how to embrace change and adapt. And sometimes adapting means you, the fisherman, has to adapt, or sometimes it's the lure that you have to adapt, as you saw me do in my video. Now, another lure that is all about adaptation, and I want to show this one to you. It's called the Band of Anglers, and it's the twitshad walking bait. It's 3.5 actual inches long. It's 3/16, 3/4 of an ounce, and $10.99. This lure right here is all about change right here, because in the fall, the fish are chasing minnows, and sometimes they're not hitting top water like I want them to. So I have to embrace change and do things a little bit differently. So this lure right here is a lure that I'm now throwing. It actually has saltwater hooks on it, but it works great in freshwater. So I'm throwing this one now because I'm adapting to what the fish are keen on. And that ability to adapt and embrace change will help you in other areas of your life. You do it when you're fishing, but notice when things aren't going the way you want in your regular life, you have to adapt. And fishing teaches you that lesson, because if you learn to adapt in your fishing style, you can learn to adapt to other situations that are impacting your life. Remember, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So when we fish, if it's not working one way, we adapt. In your life, if it's not working the way you want, you have to change up and adapt a new way of doing things. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. The 5 lures and the life lessons that each of those lures teach. I really hope that you enjoyed this video presentation this way. It was just something that I really felt I wanted to share with everybody, because with every lure, I've just learned a new lesson about life and about how to be a better fisherman, but also how to be a better individual as well. And it's really improved me overall, and I hope that these lures gave you some insights on how to be a little bit better as a fisherman, meaning you learned about some new lures maybe you hadn't seen before, but then also how those lessons from fishing transfer over to the rest of your life as well. Now, as always, as you'll see on the screen right now, are the giveaways. And those are the giveaways that we'll be giving away in the next couple of weeks here. So I wanted to show them to you, everybody on there once again, so that you can see them. That we're giving away those 5 lures. I'm really excited about that. So, okay. So that's what I wanted to show you, was that as well. Also, I want to talk to you about the video for next week. I'm going to be fishing with a very unique lure. And that lure is the Mega Bass, check it out, the Mega Bass V4 Buzz Bait right here. Recently, Mega Bass has come out with a new buzz bait that looks like a snake, almost like an anaconda. But before they dropped that one, they came out with this one right here. And as you can see, get a little closer there. See if I can get that, get the eyes there. As you can see right there, the eyes are facing down on this buzz bait right here. And this one has double plastic buzzes, and it's really a finessey type of buzz bait that doesn't have as much noise on top of the water, but has great action, and the bass really key on it. Understand, sometimes when you have buzz baits that have a lot of big sound to it, if they're really keyed up and ready to go, it's perfect. But what happens if they're not really into the big sounds and that's running them away? This one right here comes buzzing through there, a lot more finessey, a lot more quieter, but creating the same amount of trigger. And in my Monday video that you're going to see, you're going to see me actually fishing with this buzzbait right here. I didn't even have a trailer on the end. I didn't even have any kind of additional bait on the end. I fished it right out of the box, just like this. This is an incredible buzzbait right here. I got it from the Hookup Tackle, and I can't really think of the price. It was around 14, 15 bucks for it. But this right here, I had lots of success with it, and I'm really excited to show you guys that particular lure in action on Monday as well. So finally, I just want to tell everybody, please do not forget to leave a comment on this video. Let me know what your thoughts were. Did you like it? Let me know your thoughts about the lures, any of that stuff. I appreciate all of your comments. I just wanted to try something a little bit different here, just to remind you of how special what we do is and how we really can take our lessons from bass fishing into the other areas of our life and have success as well. It's just a matter of how we think about those things. Also, like I said, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Also, please join the text notification if you haven't already. That is 31996 and the word Topwater. That gets you on to my text alert list. And then, like I would say, within the next 2 weeks, we will have the giveaway announcements, and then you'll know who actually won. But I just want to thank everybody. I mean, as we move into the holidays, I just want to thank you guys for your support and for you guys being with me on this journey. My intention is to keep on topwater fishing. I live in Florida, so I intend to topwater fish throughout the entire year into December and on, and just keep bringing you the best content that I can bring you. So I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for checking in with me, watching the videos. Please share these videos with other people as well, and encourage other people who like topwater to come check me out. I know you guys watch other people's channels, but when you're watching other people's channels, when you put a comment in and say, hey, why don't you go check out Topwater Johnny? He's got something special over there as well. That will help me as well to grow and to continue to build my subscriber base. So that can really help me as well. So once again, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for being a part of this journey with me. And I want you to always remember that phrase. Keep your line tight, because when they hit those topwater lures, it's going to be a big bite. All right.